Great audio.
my.
We are live.
Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Punk Rock Libertarians Podcast, episode 384. I'm Otto, and tonight I'm joined with Jared.
What's up, guys?
Just Jared.
Yeah, it's just me, guys.
Yeah. Extremist Bat.
Hello.
Alex Schlegel.
Good to see you guys.
And the other third of the Libertarian Friendship Simulator podcast, Mr. Davey.
Man, other third.
Yeah, wait.
We don't count our fucking intern.
Oh, you have an intern?
I was gonna say half, but I didn't want to be disrespectful to him.
Who's your intern?
Whatever, fuck him.
Flint. There's no reason he should be an intern at all. He does way more work than either Derek or I do. So,
is it unpaid?
Well,
we don't get paid anyway. So, yes.
It's the worst.
That's not true. You guys got what? Did you guys get a new sponsor in your show?
Yeah, he sent us gummies.
There you go. More than we got.
Nice.
Yeah, we have a CBD sponsor. We still can't get gummies.
Oh
Yeah.
Let's
Let's get some better sponsors. Nobody needs CBD. Okay. Unless if your kid has like seizures. Okay. Right. But
How do we get sponsored by it? How do we get sponsored by
real
crack?
You know what?
Yeah.
How about Willie Nelson has a line of cannabis,
Nice. Yeah, let's do it.
right?
Do you have a
How
line
about
on him,
get
Ben?
like a Willie Nelson cannabis
Who
sponsorship?
doesn't?
And all he has to do is just like mail us dubs. Like that's all he has to do to get the sponsorship.
Just pre-rolled dudes.
When you hear CBD commercials on Boomer Republican Talk Radio, that ship might have sailed by now.
You can buy it in Bed Bath and Beyond right now.
Right? you can buy like hand
Like
lotions,
CBD soaps.
CBD hand lotions at Bed Bath and Beyond.
Yeah. The last
oh
time
my
I went
God.
to Bed Bath and Beyond for drugs, it was for bath salts. You know, like that's how far we've come.
Oh man, those were
Well,
good
that's in
times.
Davies' neck of the woods. I like your background.
Oh, yeah.
Flex it or die.
Oh yeah, man. It's nice, right? Now we're gonna be. What the fuck? It was some dumbass convention name before. I forget what it was. That Spanish girl. Y'all talked about her.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Who?
she
What are we
rage
talking
quit.
about?
Fed.
Yeah, exactly. Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's insignificant.
Mhm.
Cool. We moved on.
Yeah.
Martha no bueno.
Yeah. No,
Wasn't that what I named the podcast?
yeah. No bueno.
Yeah.
We tried to get the hashtag Martha Bueno. Didn't you try to get that going, Davey? The hashtag.
I didn't try to
Martha
get
Bueno?
any of it going. I
Frat
didn't.
party.
pay
What do you
any
have?
of it.
What do you have against Martha?
Nothing.
She just seems like
She-
a fed.
Nothing. Don't care. She left.
She
and I
like
don't care.
rage quit the party. She made like this weird accusation out of nowhere where she was just like, yeah, that's filled with like white men or something, or like she just like made
Yeah,
this,
that's
she's like,
politics.
I feel like I'm not I can't even remember exactly what it was, but it was random and it came out of nowhere, and she just decided to like demonize the LP for not being more Latino, or the convention, or the Florida Libertarian Party is not being, I don't know. It was just weird and out of nowhere. I'm like, wow, did your Coke money dry up or something, and you need more money, so you need to demonize so you can get some of the Soros money?
Yeah,
I would like some money.
She went from a couple thousand followers to 12,000 real quick. So
Fed status confirmed.
yeah. So
No,
You go off of Twitter followers, that's
just,
how you find out
just
about it.
coincidentally, I was just camped out at her house for a couple days down in Florida.
Whoa,
oh.
Yeah,
Babs has been exposed. Or
That's
he's been
right.
compromised.
that's right. Maybe I'm in on this conspiracy. Who
You
knows?
were camped out at her house?
Yeah, she has a beautiful spread in where Lynn Albrecht lives, and she had donated living space to Lynn incredibly generously, and a beautiful spread down there. And so I came down and was visiting, and I was basically there to visit Lynn. But through Lynn, Martha offered her hospitality, and I had a great time hanging out with her. And she mentioned something about a split with the Libertarian Party, but I thought it was more to do with I know she was really interested in thinking that libertarians need to get behind sanctions. And I'm like, that's not where we don't do that kind of thing,
about.
right?
It's like
She
the
got
Cuban,
pissed off.
Yeah.
But
Long
that's
story
okay.
short-
It's okay to have a difference of opinion. You know, like I'm just saying. But I explained to her, like, we're as libertarians, we don't do collective punishment, et cetera, et cetera. We're just not collectivists like that, But I mean, what's funny is, yeah, we're against sanctions against whole countries, right? Because that's stupid, right? Like, are you gonna boycott a whole country because their ruler is an asshole? Like, who do you get to trade with at that point? Like, nobody, right? I mean, you have to boycott yourself at that point, right? So, but whatever. There's differences. She's got her thing going on, and she has a different perspective. And I think she's running for some kind of office as an independent, which she'll probably do better as an independent because I think she wants to actually win.
Yeah, it's a nonpartisan race, right?
I don't know, but if you want to win, you should definitely jettison the Libertarian Party ASAP. Does anybody question that? I mean,
in its current construct, yeah, it might be better. It depends.
Right. Calm down there, Pekin Eunice.
Yeah,
I mean, if we were in Cuba and you wanted to achieve political office, you'd join the Communist Party, right? If you want here in the USSA, you join the Democrats or Republicans if you want to have power. But I guess even independent, she probably won't get anywhere as an independent, but maybe independents can get somewhere.
Yeah, like I really don't care about the LP or politics in general at all anymore. Don't fucking care.
Davey's out.
This
man.
I enjoy this because that was my theme and it won.
So is that the theme for this year's convention?
What is the theme?
Oh no!
Oh,
Baby's frozen.
You
Baby's
got
frozen. He's hanging.
You got feted.
Oh man, we were talking
Anyway,
about Martha Bueno.
That is cool though. Flex it or die.
I like the idea, but
flex your rights videos.
For the record, I'm pro Martha. So if you guys are going to come down on Martha,
No, it's just my only beef is just the big dramatic like calling people out and trying to call out Dave Smith to debate on open borders and just a whole
Did she? I don't think she did that.
She's fiery. She's
pro
got
sanctions, but open borders.
No, that wasn't her.
She wants to
That's the
debate.
whole
She
fucking
wants
problem.
to debate him on open borders, and somebody should.
Yeah,
Why not?
She did. He did. Spike Cohen debated him with it.
Debate him, yeah.
yeah.
I hope it's a good debate and not just like libertarians, like or people like arguing past each other. I hope it's like a properly formatted, what am I hoping for? Right? That's crazy. But,
That's boring, dude. You don't want people to just like at each other's.
No, I like to have
shit.
what I just like to have is a declaration. Like here's a statement. You're for it. You're against it. Like borders, borders should, like border patrol agents should be shot. Yes or no? Like are you for that or are you against that? Like let's lay it out. Like right.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to be ambiguous about it.
What are those debates that New York Soho, the Soho debate?
Yeah,
is?
Soho Forum.
He does an excellent job with that, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've listened to a
Epstein?
single one, but yeah, I've heard.
No,
I've listened to several, and
that was it.
Yeah.
Weren't you supposed to go to one? Babs?
I went to the one in Florida. I went to the first one he had down in Florida like a year ago.
Weren't you supposed to go to the Scott Horton one? But the Couve pass up in New York.
Yeah,
prevented
I
a lot
really
of
wanted
people.
to go to that too. But you know what? I'm kind of glad I didn't have to go because it would have been like really boring having to sit through. Who was the guy he was debating?
Bill Crystal.
Bill Crystal.
Yeah.
I watched some of the video, and that guy's just painful. Just painful.
Yeah.
Because if you're at that event, you got to sit through everything he says too. You're like, oh
yeah,
God, like just awful. And then Scott, I mean, of course, Scott will just kill it, but you don't have to be there for Scott to kill it.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh man. So what do we got? What else we got on the topic?
It's all Canada. It's all
Yeah.
Canada now.
So,
Canada.
Someone want to explain this? How this came about? A boot? Can someone please explain that?
What?
I think
what
it
in
starts
particular?
with you got to have a good understanding. I think of their that Justin
Their
Trudeau
history?
dude. Now that dude up there, he is Is he actually in charge, or does he have handlers too, like in our country, or does he actually do stuff there? Or
Well, he's Fidel Castro's bastard son, apparently, right? So,
presumably,
right.
because somebody was just saying like his mom was such a whore. I'm like, really? That's kind of really?
Right.
You're really gonna go there? Like, I don't think you should. So, but the guy's just been on a terror. He's just like the
He's
most
so unliked.
authoritarian, awful, brutal, horrible, kind of authoritarian up there. And I think people have just had it. Like, I think they're just, even like nice Canadians are like, screw this. And they got the truckers now blocking the city of Ottawa. And they're saying we're not leaving until the vaccine mandates are gone. And they've got they've got tens of thousands of trucks just blocking up their shitty city. So, yeah.
I love
It's
this headline,
basically
though. This headline from CNN: Truckers and protesters against COVID-19 mandates block a border crossing. Others try to take meals away from the homeless in Ottawa, shelter says.
like
That's pretty base.
Like
Listen,
one guy was trying to steal a biscuit, and now he's part of the headline.
why not? Right?
They apparently, from what I gathered, they were. And now, granted, this is coming from my dad's QAnon sources, but
I don't know the 4chan press.
But the fact that they were shutting down rest stops on a lot of these major highways, so they couldn't gas up. So a lot of these convoys, they brought their own gas, they brought their own food. People were supporting them in all these towns along the way. So they said they were literally shutting down off all the traffic cameras. You know, like all the state and highway traffic cameras, just so people couldn't see just the magnitude of how big this is. So the corporate media up there could hide this and actually show just the thousands of truckers that are going across the country to Ottawa. And now I just heard today they're blocking the border between Canada on both sides, Canadian and American truckers on both sides of the border in Alberta, because they're basically requiring all truckers to be vaccinated in Canada or to come across the border. I think the same thing with Biden. He mandated that anybody coming across the border has to be vaccinated. So it's fucking these truckers. And I saw a video where they were literally slaughtering chickens because a poultry plant could not get the truckers because of either they had COVID and had to quarantine, or they weren't vaxxed or couldn't show proof of vaccination. So that's the reason why a lot of these shelves are empty. It's because the supply chain's totally fucked because of this. So it's just insane, the amount of corporate media just blocking what's really going on, what's actually going on up there. So do you have any other videos of it, Jared, of like going on in Ottawa?
I've seen videos of fireworks and horns honking constantly through the city. In fact, the honking is it's tying in nicely with the memes, right? With the Clown World honk honk, but it's incessant noise. They're like basically trying they're inflicting pain on the Ottawan government. I mean, this is for real. This is
Trudeau left, isn't he? Hiding? He's in hiding. He got the coup.
He's in hiding.
Apparently, he fled, and he might be hiding out somewhere.
Hiding. And the media never misses a chance to tie Russia to what's going on. Let's listen to this.
I do ask that because, given Canada's support of Ukraine in this current crisis with Russia, I don't know if it's far-fetched to ask, but there is concern that Russian actors could be continuing to fuel things as this protest grows, but perhaps even instigating it from the outset.
It's Russians.
Well, again, I'm going to refer to our partners in the public safety, the trained officials and experts in that area.
I wonder if this is like what the Cold War felt like.
I think that's state-owned media. That's state-owned media. I just posted a link for a file photo of Justin Trudeau, just so we can get his image up here.
Just in case you don't know what this guy looks like.
Yeah.
Let's bring this up real quick here. Give me 1 sec.
I mean, I can't believe what people have put up. So Justin Trudeau said that this is he called it a
that fucking rules.
he called the trucker convoy a small fringe minority with unacceptable views. Okay. Like, That like,
Mm.
can you believe that? Like they have unacceptable views. This is the guy telling you others whose views are unacceptable. How dare you not want to be forced to be injected? Like, that's unacceptable.
Yeah, it's also not
Anyway.
like this was like in the 50s. Like this was probably like 20 years ago
Right.
at the latest.
And for those that are listening to audio, the picture we posted is him in like dressed as, I guess, in blackface as like an Indian, or I don't know, posing at some kind of party.
Like a very
It
blackface
was hilarious.
Yeah,
Very
Yeah, you nailed it there, Alec. That's it. It's a blackface Aladdin costume. Horrible. This dude is such a scumbag. I mean, what was it? Wasn't it that a couple shows ago we were talking about a video that he had? It was just, it was in French or something, and it was just like, I mean, he was basically talking about like exterminating people without the vaccine. I mean, he was like, he doesn't even hide his complete totalitarianism.
Yeah, that's one
Truckers
thing.
truckers are destroying him, though. I think he's done. I think he's politically crushed,
Really?
and so are the mandates. Yeah, I think this is. There's no way to get rid of those trucks. This isn't some bullshit Black Lives Matter or Occupy Wall Street, right? They've got thousands of tons of equipment.
They've got
and
leverage,
supply lines, and
They've
like
got leverage. Like what?
I mean-
What is an Occupy protester going to disrupt? Like the Starbucks? You know? like someone's not going to get their caramel macchiato. You know?
Exactly. Exactly. No, this is.
So you're thinking this is a very positive thing then? You think something might actually get done?
Well, it's like the unstoppable force against the immovable object. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I think it's something to behold.
It's
feel like
it's
just gonna go
courageous.
away.
No,
I
it's
feel
catching
like
on.
I feel like it's just gonna fizzle away in the headlines.
Everything gets
just
memory hold so fast now, though.
Right.
But it's not
That's what I'm
necessarily
These
about the
are
headline,
trucks.
though.
You don't
They're just-
memory hold it. You don't memory hold.
This is gonna keep going. They're
40,000
determined to keep
If the
Okay.
goods aren't crossing the border, like
I mean-
you can memory hold all you want, but when the food isn't showing up on the shelves, like
People are going to get, well, who knows where they're going to go to end this. I heard now, I haven't confirmed, but I heard they asked, Trudeau asked for the military's help and they declined. Is that, I'm serious. I think Trudeau's gone, man. I think he is out.
No way. I don't think we're going to do that, bud. No way.
yeah, is it the Canadian Outlaws?
This is it's clown world. Whatever you think was going to happen is not what's happening. It's going to be some other thing. And could a cultural revolution start in Canada? It damn well could. Could it spread? Yes, it could. There's already this is already inspiring people all over the world to be like, just they've reached a tipping point. I think this is it's going to be fascinating to watch which way it goes.
I guess the only difference is that it's just really close to home because people have been, at a tipping point all around the world for years. Hong Kong before they got, memory hold, and what France was getting a little wild, and Australia, right? Them too. Yeah. So, but it's never close to home, so we don't give a shit.
That is very true.
I just wish it was, I just wish it was here. Like, wouldn't you love to see like 100,000 trucks just bulldoze, like drive right through the mall, right through that, right onto the mall, through the Smithsonian's, just roll right in there,
Or those farmers in France that brought the horse shit and manure and were just blasting it over.
Right.
Remember that?
I don't remember that.
That's
videos.
I think that's like a French traditional farmer protest, is to spray shit at your politician.
Or it could be the Netherlands too.
Like we need to get our guys in on this one. We can learn from our friends overseas.
Throw tea in the water. Like, come on, let's fucking up our game here.
Yeah. I mean, people are like, well, I'm going to write a letter to the editor.
Bring back tar and feathering.
Yeah.
I know, right? We used to do all these
tar and feather
things.
Great again.
Everyone's just a pussy. Like I can't like.
Well, yeah, you can't even walk through a building without getting called an insurrectionist.
We used to have immigrants,
killing
presidents, like just for the fun of it.
Even actors would kill presidents.
Right?
Wasn't Saran an actor?
I'm thinking of John Wilkes
John
Booth.
Wilkes Booth.
Oh,
Yeah.
John Wilkes Booth. Well, I guess the Saran
Like,
guy did.
who do actors shoot these days? You know, like crew members.
Or stage hands.
they shoot their filmographers.
Yeah.
It was a fiery yet peaceful day on set. Oh god damn.
Oh, damn. That's what I mean. That's the thing. They're demonizing what's going on up in Canada because just just tonight I was watching the Normie News and they're gonna make such a big deal this midterm election about January 6th. They're gonna keep trying to bring that up non-fucking stop. So Normie News tonight. Yeah, Normie News tonight.
Do people actually care about January 6th? Because it was just boring as fuck, right?
I know, but
nothing happened.
Right.
I know. They need to make it something.
World War III.
People have been convinced it is like something you might need to take off work for. You're going to need to. Like,
do you remember where you were?
Yeah,
Is
seriously.
it really like their 9/11?
No, they've been conditioned to think this, and I asked a friend of mine who was taking it seriously. Like she said, I think what happened, that day was terrifying. And I'm like, what I think Congress does is terrifying. Like what's actually terrifying is the stuff Congress does, like bomb the shit out of countries, genocide, imprisoning hundreds of thousands of people, domestic surveillance, like ruining like countless lives, murdering children, whatever. Like that's terrifying. But this unruly tour group, that's
like these
you're concerned about that? Like
these
what?
fuckers are hell bent on starting World War III, and you're worried about, it's fucking disgusting. But yeah, they talked about it. I think we have the article up, Jared. But yeah, I guess the pipe bomber that left the pipe bombs outside the DNC office that day still have no idea who this person was. But today they're like, oh my gosh, Kamala Harris drove by there and was in the DNC. So they're gonna try to make this out as if,
bro, that was the exact look she had whenever she saw this head.
I think I know who did it.
Yeah, what are your theories?
Juicy Smollett.
Juicy
Smollett. Oh, Smollett.
What do you think? He's into this false flag stuff. He's tight with her, right? Like it's just the kind of bullshit that they would cook up together. Right? Like I'm sure no one was ever in actual danger. And suddenly she's like, oh, I'm a victim. Oh my God, I had to walk near a possible pipe bomb. Oh my.
Yeah, they got to prop her up. They got to prop
She's
her
definitely
up.
trying to one up the AOC story for sure.
Right. AOC,
like,
she was terrified.
In the bathroom and some cop came in and I thought it was a terrorist.
But she was in like a building across town or something.
Yeah, she was like on the whole other side of the mall.
Yeah. But she was still scared.
But, I heard someone knock on my door, and I.
Well,
look,
I was from. Where's she from? Bronx or
AFC?
Yeah,
Bronx
neighborhoods.
I'm pretty sure that when the cops barge in, you're scared. I understand it.
Yeah, true.
It was just probably reflexive.
Like from AOC's perspective, though, she should be terrified because those are the people that like despise her.
No, they want to date her.
That's true. Yeah. That's true.
But they
nope. Nobody wants to go there.
And also in Normie News, I guess Trump just had a recent rally, and he said anybody on January 6th, if they he'll pardon them if he's elected in 2024. So all these Congress critters on both sides of the aisle are condemning that they would pardon that. A president can pardon these terrorists that insurrected. So yeah, like the usual subset. Like
I'm surprised he said that.
Lindsey Graham, yeah, he said he would pardon.
I mean, obviously he's just trying to. He's playing
good. Whatever. Who cares? But remember the people that he did pardon were some of the like awful, most terrible scumbags, like war criminals and shit, like horrible, horrible people. Didn't pardon Assange, didn't pardon Snowden, didn't pardon Ross Ulbricht, but he did pardon a bunch of shitheads.
I think he did pardon some nonviolent criminals. I think
he didn't even pardon like the Tiger King. He didn't even pardon right. Like wasn't he supposed to pardon the Tiger King?
I think he pardoned some on account of like Kim Kardashian and her efforts.
I think he was going to
But
try
it
to
wasn't
pardon.
nearly enough.
There were talks, but I started watching the first episode of the relaunch of the Tiger King, but I have no time because it's such a money grab.
I'm not wasting.
But that was the
I'm not
first
wasting the time.
in the first episode. They talked about that, how he was disappointed that Trump didn't pardon him, and it was just they have all the footage of it when he got the phone call on the elections and when he was meeting with advocates. Apparently, his attorneys or people advocating for him, some fucking lunatics actually went and they filmed. That was like the first episode in this relaunch of Tiger King of how his people were there at that protest. And when January 6th went down and they're flying back and basically they got the call that, no, I'm not going to pardon the Tiger King. Sorry, can't do it. And they were all upset. So yeah, it was, but yeah, I think that was one thing he wouldn't touch. But there were talks. They were going to try to.
Well, I think, getting Trump in for another term, boy, that would be hilarious. I mean,
I know.
What
Yeah.
I mean, what are the possibilities of that even happening? Is that possible?
I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's.
Well, I mean, if he is the Republican, like if he's the Republican nominee, I could see it happening.
Is there even a prominent Republican out there that would be a contender?
I think the DeSantis guy
From Florida?
Yeah. I think people.
He's
are
very
thinking him.
popular with people.
But you never know. I mean, we're so far out. Trump was only relevant maybe like 3 months before the primary, his first time. So,
Yeah,
There
who
could be
knows
some
what kind of lunatics will come out of the
Yeah,
woodwork between now and then. I'm sure there'll be plenty of weirdos.
He's got
and-
2 years,
and
man.
pedophiles and
How is life in Florida, Davey?
Different than y'all's life, I think. Because
where in Florida are you?
North Florida, so pretty
That's
much
not really
South
Florida, is it?
Yeah,
That's more
it's-
like Alabama.
Yeah, South Georgia, but yeah.
How does the rest of Florida look at you guys? Like you're basically Canada?
Yeah, probably like a bunch of fucking retarded rednecks is what
You
they
might as
think.
well be Canada at that point. Where like it's probably the climate is considered inhospitable for most Floridians.
Oh yeah, it's pretty swampy and hell like here,
Nice.
but it's cheap to live here, so that rocks. Unlike the rest of Florida.
mm.
I'd like to explore the panhandle of Florida, which I've never been to, but
Panhandle's pretty cool though.
So are you like near the Everglades then?
No, I'm opposite.
Everglades is
is
the
down south. I'm up like an hour from Georgia.
Okay, I thought the Everglades went up further. Never mind. I've been in the Everglades.
Otto's
No.
back.
Yeah,
Otto's
I don't know. My computer is acting fucking weird. I don't know. It just my mic turned off. It said your mic's been unplugged, and I'm like, what do you mean my mic's been unplugged? Then all of a sudden, like it just started slowing down, so I had to like restart the whole computer again. So I don't know. Whatever. I'm back,
Fascinating.
and you guys are talking about
Fascinating story.
Everglades.
Riveting.
Hey,
You
you guys
need
are
it-
talking about
listen,
Everglades.
Speaking
You
of
need
Canada,
everybody, you need a modern computer now to run the contemporary spyware. Okay, the
right?
demands are.
Yeah, how's
are
the government
heavy,
gonna
okay?
mine? How's the government gonna mine Bitcoin in your computer?
Right.
if you don't have
The amount of data they have to collect off your computer, your video, your audio,
Right,
you
yeah.
know, like all the other metrics. It's just data. So get a good computer. Otherwise, your computer usage is going to suck.
Otherwise,
We're definitely being hacked for spreading misinformation.
Yeah, Nima. I'm hope not. I certainly don't.
You guys spread information? I thought this was all satire.
Yeah, nothing we say should be taken seriously at all.
Yeah, we're
That was-
informing everyone how like stupid we are. That's,
How
is a
not to
comment.
think.
that's the
Like
information. we're
that's
giving
gonna
out.
that's gonna protect me when they show this to the jury, right?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
why is James Babb being denied bail? Well, okay, here's episode number 1, 2, 7. You know,
How far back in the PRL files do we? Exhibit A, Exhibit B, Exhibit
Oh my
C.
God.
but you know what? That would actually like double the listenership for the show, though, if the
That would be
jury had to
pretty
hear
based.
it. So
Yeah.
yeah, that'd be pretty cool. So, what about Neil Young, though? Speaking of Canada,
man.
okay, isn't he Canadian? or wasn't he? Or
I don't think
yes. I think originally, yes.
Really?
Or maybe dual citizenship.
So
A lot of
Emilio,
Canadians get American citizenship, but it never goes the other way around. You never notice that?
There's a reason.
He is a Canadian
but
American.
you're like a
singer.
Vietnam draft dodger, you know. That dude. Now, I guess he was like such an embarrassment. I mean, I think first of all, who knew he was still alive? Raise your hand. Didn't it?
Sort
Like,
of,
this is the
yeah.
first I've heard of him in, I swear to God, 20 years.
We've had a lot of
Since-
people kick the bucket, so I could have been like,
I actually
"Ah,
saw him with Buffalo Springfield like 10 years ago, maybe 8
Nerd.
years ago.
All right, so
something like that.
you were probably pretty sure he was still alive.
I
was
mean, he
playing-
might have been up there. I could be. It was at Bonnaroo, so
That's-
I was
or wasn't it
probably
the-
on some kind of acid or mushroom or something.
I was going to say like the Maryland State Fair.
No, he was actually at Bonnaroo. It was kind of wild, but
Uh,
at least the band was. I'm not even sure if he was there. But anyways,
You know what?
so-
I was surprised. I mean, I guess I wasn't that surprised to find out that he was a douche. But what I was surprised to find out is that how long he's been a known confirmed douche. Okay. Like, this is not like, oh, suddenly what happened to Neil Young? Right. Like, this isn't new at all. And did you catch that interview from Melody Maker from 1985 where they were talking about AIDS, and he says, you go to a supermarket and you see a F word behind the F and cash register. You don't want him to handle your potatoes, Young said. Okay.
wow.
Basically blaming gay people for AIDS and then acting like, he doesn't want them handling his potatoes. I mean, first of all, like, would you want Neil Young handling your potatoes? Like, no.
Well, yeah, the quote is like, what is behind the register? He's like, yeah, the faggot behind the register. I don't want him touching my potatoes.
Well, I thought you guys weren't allowed to say faggot on here.
Well, I mean, we're
I guess
quoting.
we
We're
can.
quoting someone.
We're allowed to quote. We can quote a celebrity, but I thought it might get us a hit just from the bot.
No one's
you know.
Well, I mean,
no one cares.
Bad
thought the
censored
bot
it,
might be
so I
listening.
thought you guys had to censor the word faggot because, that's kind of gay, but whatever.
But hold on, in this
We
little
prefer
clip
the
that you
term
put-
rump ranger here. Okay.
Yeah. Well, another piece of
Respectfully. Okay.
another piece that was in this little clip that you had. It says Neil Young backed Reagan's gun control policies.
Douche
No
bag.
That's even
This
No,
guy
it's
has
worse.
always been a jerk. He's been wrong. He's been willing to sell out for whoever wants to pay him, and now he's getting paid by the pharmaceutical company to be a douche. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, Spotify was just like, all right, well, bye. See you later. He doesn't even own his own music. He sold it to that group that's owned by BlackRock. And yeah, the CEO of that company is Blackstone Music. Yeah, this video summed it up perfectly. And it's just a classic case of following the money and seeing why he was bitch moaning and complaining. Just being an errand boy to have Joe Rogan removed from Spotify. It's just a classic follow the money. Because he was what was it?
Not you, come on.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, we've had enough of her.
Enough with it. Yeah. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, Jared's pulling up the docs.
You're gonna get trouble for playing this. I would stop playing this. Stop playing.
What's that?
Stop playing
Nah,
this
it's all
song.
right.
No,
Nah,
we're gonna
we're-
get in trouble
we're-
for that song.
We're-
We got kicked off for playing Blondie for more than like 30 seconds. So
Yeah, he doesn't-
we play
doesn't
full
even own
songs every episode and never get kicked off of anything.
we got kicked off of YouTube, or we got our video got blocked on Facebook, and it
All right,
got
so
blocked
I'll
on
like
YouTube.
read this.
Anyway.
Y'all do it,
Hypnosis songs.
It says who
Well,
owns Neil Young's music. Earlier this month, Young sold 50% of his songwriting copyrights to the UK investment company Hypnosis Songs.
Isn't that obnoxious to try to read?
Yes.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they put a G in
Hypnosis.
it, like it's
yeah.
Gnostic. Like,
Yeah,
screw
they're
you
trying
guys.
like the
Hypnosis song.
I bet you some retard owns that.
Anyway, but it's
For
part of
sure.
somebody's investment group where they own like intellectual material, like copyright.
Yeah.
So it's like just like they hold real estate, they
Blackstone
hold
Group.
whatever.
So they're connected
So-
to this Blackstone group.
And this was sold in October of 2021.
I love the Joe Rogan like kickboxing.
Blackstone announces the appointment of Jeffrey B. Kinder, former chairman and CEO of Pfizer, as senior advisor. So now the dots are complete. It's a Pfizer deal. Way to go, you old stupid guitar dude! Like you finally got one more gig, and it's selling shots.
Yeah,
you
you're
know?
simping for big pharma. You
Imagine
rebel.
imagine just like sunsetting your career with this fucking stupid move.
Like I actually kind of, there was a few Neil Young songs but
not anymore.
Nope.
Yeah, but his voice was always terrible. Okay,
Yeah,
just terrible.
Well,
I
didn't even know he was still alive. I barely even knew who he was to begin with. So
I know, and it's kind of like maybe this is his way of like, I'm still alive. Look at me.
Oh yeah, it's totally what it is.
Yeah, because
it's not like he was making any money off of Spotify anyways. You know, you got to be in like the top 5% to make any money on that platform.
Like
and
us.
There's no way he's up there. Yeah.
Now, do you guys use Spotify?
Yeah.
Sometimes I do.
Yeah.
It's mostly for Joe Rogan.
I've tried it. I find like the bit rate is just atrocious. Listen to a song you like on Spotify.
Did you change your settings to do extreme quality? Like you have to tell it to give you the good stuff, or it won't. It'll default to like the lowest bit rate.
Maybe that's a problem. But again, what a garbage interface. If I have to please, I specifically don't want to hear crap. Like you have that's a dumb setting. Okay,
what's a bit?
Bit rate. Yeah.
That's what I do to my fast food. I
don't remember seeing that setting, but I'm going to look for it. But when I compared, do you
subscribe
to it?
Do you subscribe?
My friend does, and I was listening to her count, and I compared a song where I have the MP3 to the Spotify version, and it was a stark difference.
Yeah, but then you have to carry around MP3s.
They don't weigh that much.
But then I still have to do work to get access to them.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely way more convenient to have Spotify. But yeah.
True.
Not if you like if you actually like music. I'll check. I'm going to look for this higher bit rate and see if I've been just missing out on the quality.
Some of the dumb shit I listen to, it won't matter.
Yeah, if you listen to punk, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah.
I just listen to. I use Apple Music, so I don't even. That's the thing. So
yeah,
Spotify is who the fuck is boomers aren't listening to Neil Young on Spotify? So they're like, be gone, fuck you. We have Joe Rogan, fuck you, Neil Young. But
I might get Spotify just so I can listen to Joe Rogan. But and I'm not
That's
that.
Literally, the only reason I downloaded Spotify was just to listen to Joe Rogan episode. I guess
it worked.
He had someone on,
but I got the same episodes. I just I've found them on Rumble. So
the fuck is Rumble?
It's like YouTube, but of
Rumble in the Bronx.
Yeah, a lot of videos that are banned go there. BitChute. What else? There's Odyssey. What other?
But I don't mind subscribing. Just to support the journalism, and I don't really have time to listen to 3-hour podcasts. So,
yeah, I don't. That's why I don't. I
ain't
barely listen
driving
to
though, dude.
Huh?
James, ain't you always driving?
I do drive a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you just listen and drive?
Yeah, I listen to a lot. Long form podcasts are great
because he's
driving.
listening to punk rock libertarians.
No, it's doable. I mean, yeah. Usually I'm watching truck videos or 4-wheel drive stuff.
While you're driving? Dude, what?
He's texting. He's, looking at memes on Facebook.
Watching furry porn.
Holy shit.
Nah, I'm exaggerating.
Oh, man.
What
else we got, guys?
Oh, damn. Truckers. We talked about that.
The Monday Night Boston's broke up.
Oh, no.
Oh, that sucks.
They were still together, dude. When was the last time
I didn't know they were still together.
They're like, yeah, we're no longer touring and we're kind of breaking up. I'm like, oh, shit. They were still touring. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
man,
Dude, I can't believe that festival out in Las Vegas. It's like, holy shit, these bands are still together.
Oh, the emo
Oh, yeah,
stuff.
Still alive.
that rip off fest. Yeah,
Why is
the,
it rip off
the
fest?
Young Forever one? Forever
yeah.
Young or
While we
whatever?
were young, or when
Yeah.
we were young.
Yeah.
It's a rip off because it's only about first off, it's $300. It's a 1-day event. It's
Okay.
3 stages. Each band only gets to play like 15 minutes. So you're going to miss one of your favorite bands that you paid that much money to go to see. And you're
15
only going to
minutes.
hear like 15, 20 minutes of their
Yeah.
set.
And that's
This
the
sounds
thing.
like a fucking rip off.
So do a lot of coke and it'll be a great day.
Well, I mean, any day when you do a lot
You
of
can
coke,
stay home
right?
and do the coke. You know, like,
Yeah. I'll just play my MP3s. And
I mean, it would be some epic people watching, seeing a bunch
Yeah,
of 40,
dude. You just
40
imagine that.
yeah, 40, 50 somethings listening to like going back to their high school and college days, listening to the emotion like
40,
man.
50.
Yeah, goddamn, dude. I
know.
think they're like around 30, but all right.
Yeah, 30 probably be the average age, I would think.
Nah, I'd say it'd be like 38 and a half. I don't know. I'm just making up.
38.
I mean, there were some like Jimmy Eat World,
38 and a half.
Glass Jaw. There was, yeah, I guess there was like maybe it depends. I don't know because there's like about 10 years of an era of music.
I'm just waiting for the Good Charlotte reunion.
Oh God.
I mean, yeah, My Chemical Romance, Paramore, AFI, The Used. That's like our age, dude. That's not like 50.
I remember I got
Well,
last.
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah,
Babs. That's not a Babs concert.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like 30, 40 somethings.
yeah, I've never even heard of what you're talking about.
Avril Lavigne.
Jimmy Eat World. I saw the only
Dude,
band
Jimmy
that I'd
World
be
was
like, the only band I'd maybe Glass Jaw. I always like them for.
Oh yeah.
But
But like they got weird band, like Knock Loose is playing for whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
like-
why? You're like a modern like hardcore. Like why are you playing this?
Yeah.
show?
well, you know what? That might be kind of fun
Thursday.
seeing like the pit and seeing all these people just get demolished. Like for the few hardcore kids there and just see the. I don't know.
It would be fun.
But it's too fucking expensive.
And it's in
What's
Vegas.
like the last arena
Vegas,
rock
yeah.
show that you went to? Like the last one? Like arena,
I saw
like large arena.
Iron Maiden. I saw Iron Maiden. In
What year was that?
2019.
Okay.
I saw
What about you?
Metallica.
What year?
You're talking like arena, like stadiums, like a stadium, or
Yeah, like you know, like a
Yeah.
big arena. You know, like a big.
Oh, well, I
rock
saw
show.
Tool. I saw Tool recent, like a couple of years ago.
Oh.
But before that, in like a stadium, I saw Metallica, which was like better than I thought it was going to be. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I was like, no, that's a no for me. Seeing them at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Dude, it was
Okay, bro.
a cool show, man.
Metallica.
And I got free tickets.
Well, yeah, if you got free tickets, I'd go.
But
But
I'm not paying for that.
I
shit.
wasn't. Yeah, I
Yeah,
wasn't
right. I'm like,
paying.
I'm not paying for
No,
that.
No,
I thought-
dude, I got
Ew, of
my
course
buddy
you'd
was
go
like,
for
"Hey,
that.
I got free tickets." I'm like, "Okay." let's
Sucks.
do it."
I got
Yeah.
tickets to see
It's
Iron
no
Maiden again in DC, but it's for
Ooh.
like in the fall.
Mm.
And but then they just instituted a vaccine passport, so I'm like, I'm hoping
Ah.
that goes out. I do not want to have to sell these tickets.
The truckers
I'm
are going to
sure-
roll through there. You know, like,
You guys have to worry about shit like this.
Yeah,
Yes,
dude.
because we're not
It's
flex
fucking-
sitting or dying.
Yeah, we're not. We're dying.
Yeah, we're on the die. Yeah,
Dude, they're still
It's so weird, man.
dude, DC,
It is.
Philadelphia, Boston, fucking like
all the cool venues in Baltimore, they all have vaccine.
yeah, all the venues in Baltimore have vaccine like
self-induced.
jab.
They're doing this to themselves, man. Like
Yeah,
this
'cause-
isn't a state thing. Like they're choosing
Yeah.
to do this.
Fuck it, right? Who
We're on
cares?
board
Let
with
them
it.
just sink. Let it
Yeah.
just go, man.
Dude, I
They're-
miss
they're
sick of
going
it all.
to.
I miss sick of it on Saturday because they fucking had this stupid vaccine passport at the auto bar. I'm so
Yeah.
fucking annoyed.
Yeah, Davey,
God.
Otto and I saw Madball, but it wasn't in Baltimore. They played out at this black-owned business in Frederick that were like, yeah, fuck all this mass shit and whatever.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, no
And,
mask, no
and
vaccine.
the security guard, like he was just like, yo, don't go out front. We got a huge beer garden, but don't go out front because it was great. It was like the before times. But Frederick's like the second largest city in Maryland, but it's like about
Like an hour
an
away.
hour. But Madball like refused, and all the other bands were like,
Hell
fuck
yeah.
that. We're not playing any venues that have this shit. And it was awesome supporting a black-owned business. They were like, it was like fucking who are those two dudes we were hanging out with, Otto? They were geeking
they're
out.
like one of those guys they're all like in their 40s, and one's a
Like,
school teacher and shit.
married with kids, and they're just like, I've been fucking waiting for this for like 4 fucking years. And it was just like, like as soon as they started tuning up at like Otto and I just had that look. Like it was just like a bunch of like caged
normal.
tigers and like just like, oh my gosh,
Dude,
the energy.
but,
was
Dude, that's
fucking
nice,
great.
though.
I think it's FYA Fest. That's in Tampa, and they got it was like all the hardcore bands played that venue, and it was open. There's no mask mandate, nothing, because it's Florida.
Oh, yeah.
And people were getting shit on, like for going there and attending, and like people were like, "I saw you there without wearing a mask. I saw you there," just calling out other people for being at the show and bands.
Yeah, that's
I was like, "This is
terrible.
such a bitch." Like,
When was
God.
this?
This was last month.
Last month, people
Huh.
were doing that shit.
Yeah, and they're like, but it's like people from around, like in New York saying like, "Oh my God, how dare you go to that show? How dare that band? I'm not going to see that when that band comes around. I'm not going to see them because they played at a super spreader event." Jeez, fucking dumb.
I don't understand. I really just don't understand how people actually bought into this shit.
Dude, they're dumb.
They're
They're
still buying into it. That's the one thing
Yeah.
I can understand how someone could be tricked at first, even though I really wasn't at all. But this is just so like it's. Dude,
And then
it's
they
so
doubled
weird.
down.
Yes.
You got to double down on the insanity. Like Philly's still doing
they feel
vaccine
dumb.
passports. But Philly's like, nope,
Yeah.
we're closing our bathrooms. Like what? Like
Yeah.
we're closing bathrooms. Well, because of COVID. Like
DC.
COVID cases down, E. coli and food poisoning up.
So, guess what? So they said for in
Next
DC,
customer.
so DC
Yeah.
DC now has a vaccine mandate. Well, they said for equity's sake, you don't have to show a vaccination if you have to just use the bathroom. But if you go to a bar, sit down, you have to show your vaccine
For
your vaccine
equity's
passport.
sake?
Yes.
What
so
does
that way
mean?
homeless people can go
Oh.
shit up your bathroom and
blow out your
diarrhea
bathroom.
all over your sink.
Like, what does this
But-
have to do with black people? I don't.
Just
It's racist.
It's for equality and equity. That's what
it's some kind of code word for something, but it just
It's
means
like
homeless
democracy.
people get to
It
use your
means
bathroom.
Good. Democracy means good. It was a democratic decision for them to
It's
not
equity.
check their.
The
That's what
urban
the Vikings-
campers, the urban campers need clean bathrooms.
God, isn't this
The
going to be
equity-
awesome whenever all this shit is just gone?
Equity is the word that's
Yeah.
replaced equality. Like you used to hear
Yeah.
about equality, and now
You're
it's
a
all
bigot
about
if you want
equity.
equality.
Now it's
Fucking
equity. It's all
awful
equity, which
person.
means like equal outcomes.
You're a fucking
So-
bigot for being
Right.
for equality. It's equity, okay?
That's right.
Bigot.
We change words.
Shut up, bigot.
we need you deplatformed.
Now, dude, but all this shit has to
For
go away
equity.
eventually.
For equity.
But I mean, I don't see how. I don't. At least in my state, I don't see how. I don't see how this goes away because So today, the mask mandate expired. The second mask mandate expired in Baltimore County. Expires tomorrow, and today it expired in Anne Arundel County, which is two of the central counties in Maryland. But Howard County is an indefinite. They're like, oh, we're gonna have a mask mandate forever.
Didn't somebody tell them the pandemic's over? Like somebody let them know,
Apparently
like, dudes, it's Omicron has freaking wiped it out. It's over. Like you can just pack. It's like it's time to wrap up this tyrannical bullshit. Like anybody who's still clinging to it is obviously in it for the power or something, and is otherwise deranged.
It's a cult. And they don't want to admit they're wrong.
Right.
And they're just going to double down. They're just
It is fucking cultish. And it's funny, even like you got dumb libertarians playing into it. Oh, so you guys are the theme of the national convention is liberty is
Mask
you know what I'm
or
talking about.
Mask or die.
No, it's liberty unmasked.
Yeah.
And so the fucking losers who were in charge of putting it together decided to make it about like a Phantom of the Opera mask. And then
It's
people
so
were taking
gay.
They
their
also
mask
have
off
a expenditure on their item sheet for masks and other PPE.
for $10,000.
Jesus
Wait,
Christ.
Oh,
so
didn't
that
see
again?
that dollar
Wait,
amount.
explain
but
that.
okay.
The entire
$100.
coffers?
Wait, explain
Isn't
that.
the whole thing.
So they had a theme contest, and so we chose. You know, there are the most people. I did too, but the most people chose Liberty Unmasked. So it butthurt. They don't want to offend people. So what they did was they made it about like the design. It looks so stupid. It says Liberty
It's a
Unmasked.
theater
Yeah,
mask. Yeah.
It's like a theater.
But then they're
mask.
still going to buy masks for everybody to wear.
And they're still
yeah.
they have portioned out, at least from the screenshot I saw, it said $10,000 for PPE and masks. And
That
stuff
shit
like
should be laughed away. Like there should not be a single mask in that entire convention. That is just idiotic.
Well,
okay.
that's one
That
of
is
the that's one of the
ridiculous.
plays. that's one of the plays they're trying to do,
We
because
should
they got new
forcibly
people.
remove them.
They got more people on the convention committee who are gonna like be the little snitches who go to just like if there is some type of mask mandate in effect, they have people put in place who are going to go to the convention room floor and try to get some of us removed who aren't wearing masks.
Well, make sure the
I already know
convention is
about that. I already
held
know
in
about
a
that plan.
location that has no, like, it looks like Florida is probably a safe spot, or other place where
Yeah.
you know there's
No,
not
it
going to
was
be
really
an
funny.
Except for they've
Those
already got
fucking-
it booked for Reno.
You know what's going to
Yeah.
be great? I can't wait till one of those snitches actually tries to confront me. It might end in a NAP violation, and I will physically remove someone from the Libertarian
Well,
Party.
one of the guys, he's a
So
big
to
fan of
speak.
our podcast.
I
He's a big fan of
swear to
me.
God. You better fucking like, if you're telling me to put a fucking muzzle on a Libertarian convention after going probably driving across country to fucking Reno to take this bitch over, and some fucking snot-nosed little bitch ass fucking Lolbert comes up to my face, and I gotta wear a mask, dude. They're gonna get knocked the fuck out.
They're gonna get
Like, I
all of
swear
Reddit.
to God.
No,
Like,
it's not going to
I
come
will
to that,
violate-
Alex. It's okay.
I know.
Don't worry about it.
But I'm just saying, these fucking Lolberts will do anything to stop what's inevitable, that we're taking this motherfucker over. And I
So
swear
they're going to try
God,
to use masks as a
They might.
tool
They-
to
they-
prevent the
these-
Yeah,
takeover.
no, I already
So that-
know. I already know people. I already know people. That's their plot. That's one of the things they're going to do. Is
Yeah,
if
these
they,
people are
because I
fucking
think
deranged.
Nevada right now, there's nothing in Nevada right now currently, but there could be. So if that goes into effect, there's already people who said
Yeah.
that they were going to go and snitch on all of us.
Well, let's
who
just
aren't
say
wearing
I
masks to
hope
get us removed
it's
from
a-
the floor.
let's just say I
We
hope
had
there's a
a-
lot of good parties and whatever, because whatever goes down is going to
Well, that's why I think Orlando was like Davey.
When is Reno?
attest to this.
What are the dates?
Memorial Day
Memorial
weekend in 2022.
Come on out,
Coming up.
Jared.
But yeah, that's why I think
Come
Orlando
on.
was based, because it was Florida, and none of the loser libertarians were there. It was just
Oh,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
not
all the-
true. There's plenty of losers.
No, there
were.
there were, but because the vast majority that were COVIDiots and that would do that kind of snitch shit, they stayed home because they
Like
Stay at
Jackie
home
Perry
and
and
get it
Daryl
remote.
Perry. Like
yeah
They
they
stayed
they all
fucking
stayed home, and that's why we actually had a good
Oh,
time.
come on,
but-
dude. Don't act like they're not going to try to do hybrid convention again.
Oh,
Come
yeah,
on, man.
Yeah, you're
no,
They
well,
probably
it's
will.
funny. That's fine. They can do that, but you know what the delegation could do on the floor? This thing that we should have probably done in 2020, which was to completely
Nominate the
block
Prag
out
for
all
a
the
vice
people.
chair. Oh, okay. No?
Oh, you're going there. All right.
Just saying, it's not a safe bet.
Are you
Why
going-
would
are,
it be?
Are you coming out to Reno, Davey, just to hang
Yeah,
out?
I'm gonna go. Am I gonna go on the floor? Probably not. Probably not gonna. care.
Wait, it's Reno?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
it's
Reno
smart. It's technically
911 Reno?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Holy
Never saw it.
cow.
Yeah.
I have the whole DVD set of Reno 911.
Hell yeah.
DVD. Remember
Yeah,
DVDs?
I might make it out to that. I don't know if I'm gonna. I'm not gonna participate probably, but
Why don't you
I might
just be
party.
a delegate? Just
Yeah.
be a
Because then you
that
have to be
sounds
on the
boring
floor
as
and you have to
shit.
do all
He
the
doesn't
shit
have
that
to
no
be
one
there.
wants to
You
do.
don't You
I
can
don't
just
have to
a
be there?
delegate.
Why would I be a
No.
delegate then?
You
What
can
does
be an
that get me?
alternate?
Dude, you know what you could probably
All
do
players.
is try to like visit famous like landmarks from Reno 911 while you're
That's
there.
what I would want to do. Yeah. I want to
Like,
find
oh my
the police station. I want to find
Anything.
the park
come
where
in
the,
with booty
where the
shorts
gay
and
dude
roller
was
skates.
roller
Yeah,
skating.
the taco
exactly.
stand.
God, it's
The
been so long since I've
whorehouse.
seen that show.
We should do some live shows while we're
Strip
out there.
club.
We should all do a PRL trip to some money ranch. or
Friendship
something like
simulator crossover.
How about
Listen,
that?
we've
Remember
already
that-
talked about the ranch, all right?
that.
Yeah, you guys could do a friendship simulator PRL. Probably some other friends of the podcast do like a joint podcast while some of us are at convention.
We always say we're going to do that, but then we're always too hungover or trashed to accomplish any of that.
Right.
It's just going to be fun, though.
That's why you do it during business hours.
Yeah, can I podcast
yeah.
from the floor?
Hell yeah,
just
dude.
blow off all the
What are you gonna do?
blow
Stop
off-
you?
blow off all the stupid LP crap. Okay.
Yeah, dude. And then we can still party at night with everyone else.
Right.
Yeah.
And
It's a
and
win-win.
have fun like finding the Reno 911 landmarks and just living it up and visiting the the local
I mean, how far is
uh,
Reno from
attractions.
Vegas?
It's
Pretty far.
It's far.
Is it far?
It's northern.
Reno's at the top.
But
of
Reno
the
has
state.
its own gambling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's at the convention. I think it's at a casino.
Yeah, I
Oh, well,
think
that's
so.
why I'll just be at the poker table all day.
There you go.
And then you can always go to Sparks if you need to.
Well, no, it is in Sparks. We are in Sparks, technically. The hotel is in Sparks.
What's Sparks?
It's like the St. Paul to Minneapolis.
It's like
I
the
don't know any of that
Jersey of
either.
Philly. It's like
Oh,
the, it's like the
Camden.
Camden.
Oh,
Oh, that's
like it
brutal.
murdered.
Take that back. They're fighting words.
I actually have no idea what I'm talking about. But so
I mean, that's in line for the show, so it's great. So, oh man. Well, Davey, you gonna hang around for after hours?
No.
No.
Shot down.
good call.
Rejected.
Fuck those Patreons.
All right.
I mean, it
All
is better than the regular show, but
I mean, it really is.
I stopped doing after hours on my own show.
We know. I still pay your dumbass. I know.
oh, good shit.
Right. I'm like, and people still pay, so I'm like, I guess we don't have to do this.
I just get too lazy to be
Where's
like,
my
I don't know how to
$1 down?
Yeah, exactly.
Is that just feeding Derek's degeneracy?
Yeah.
Where's that money go? Yeah, that's a good question. We aren't doing anything with it.
What exactly do you do with the money, Derek?
What is it you say you do here?
Well,
Just buy a bunch
where
of
can
booze.
people, yeah.
That's
Where can
fine.
people
I'll
find
support
your
that.
podcast and
I'll support boozing.
kind of give yourself some plugs here?
Oh yeah, don't follow us. I don't know. Don't listen to us either. Whatever Derek
Okay.
said last week is really gay. Don't do it.
There it is.
Fair enough.
All right. Don't go follow their podcast.
Oh
Don't
yeah.
give
Oh,
them
Otto,
money.
real quick. I just want to thank everybody that's reached out to me over the weekend because I put my dog down on Friday, so that was kind of rough. But I just want to thank everybody I just want to thank everybody that's reached out to me. So it's been it's really helped out. So thanks everybody. So anyway,
man.
carry on, Otto.
All right. Well, I guess we're going to take it over to the after hours. If you want to listen to said after hours, you can give us money for Patreon and we'll actually record a podcast for you, unlike some other podcasts.
That's kind of cool.
And for as little as $1 a month, you get to.
And where's that
you get to
money
check
go?
that out. I don't know.
Right
Jewish
into the
guy.
right into
Buy
the
fuel
Jewish
for truckers in Canada.
right into the Jewish guy's pockets,
Hell yeah, dude.
Right.
and probably into a new laptop for fucking Alex
Converts
over
into
there.
shekels immediately.
Yeah. He converts into shekels. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's the podcast to shekel pipeline.
He swims
Sorry,
in his shekels
Nima,
like
it
Scrooge
is-
McDuck.
Nima, it is not live. It is actually will be posted in a day or two. You guys don't like using Patreon, then you guys to PRLfans.com and find other ways to donate to the show to get access to the After Hours podcast. We have t-shirts for sale over at libertariancountry.com. For the code PRL or PRL Podcast, get yourself a 10% discount. If you use the code PRL2, you get yourself a 20% discount and you spend $50 or more. We're brought to you tonight by Hidden in Plain Sight by Moral Bob. And until next time, live free
Or die.